Today would have been the 66th birthday of one of the greatest artists ever. And, what can I say about Michael Joseph Jackson, the king of pop, a man who was the most dominant artist of my lifetime. You go from the Jackson 5 era, I Want You Back, all the way to the end of his career, decade upon decade, era upon era. And they were always trying to find the next Michael Jackson, but they never found it because he was one of one. Singer, songwriter, producer, and arranger, and a man who had rhythm in his being. He could snap his finger and he stomp his feet, and that was a rhythm. He definitely have a way of just, hitting you in ways that I have never seen another artist who commanded the stage like him. Where people fainted and they swayed. His vocals, his whole element. And when you hear stories of musicians and producers and people talking about how he created his art just through the synergy of his body and his being, and he created music just tapping his toes and snapping his fingers and just hitting you with just so many rhythms and cadences. Didn't even have to be playing an instrument, even though he could play a bit on the keyboards, and he was a drummer, but his rhythm instinct was so distinctive that it's uncanny when you think about it. As a businessman buying the Beatles catalog back in 85, $47.5 million, the ATV, which I do feel that the industry didn't like the fact that a black man was owning his publishing, his masters, having a say in his business savvy, which has been so downplayed because the man generated money. One of the 10 most influential artists ever from head to toe, because people 40 years ago during Michael Mania, especially at the Motown 25 and Billie Jean, from moonwalking to the curl, to the glove, to the socks, to the loafers, from head to toe, the high water pants, the 99 zipper jackets. I mean, however you want to call it, the hat, the shades, the statue pose. The man just was a walking encyclopedia of pop music, and somebody that just in a silhouette, you knew who he was, beyond the Pepsi commercials and the theatrics. This just was a raw, talented talent from Gary, Indiana, who left a lasting mark, who was unfairly treated in a very racist industry and society. However, it wasn't just one side, both sides turned on him, and he left without a home. The sad reality. Now, the movie will come out next year, and I'm sure they're going to sanitize and try to make it all, heroic, what they'll do for what they didn't do to him when he was alive. It's important that you tell people that they matter and their impact as souls. Acquisitions and people coming at him left and right. However, there were a few who always understood and just respected him as his artistry. Didn't get into, there's a balance here. Didn't stand out on him, didn't fan out on him. However, kept the balance of respect. Because that's what his legacy is about. That's what his music was about. That's how we remember him on this day, which would have been his 66th birthday. And, you can call him King of Pop, a groundbreaker. Now, with MTV, he broke their racist line, too, paving the way. That's what Thriller did. People need to know that Off the Wall was actually told it was too black, and they only gave 1 Grammy. So he said, I'm going to show him the next time. I miss the days when artists made a statement with their music, because forget the videos and the Hopla. He had songs, which it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about. And when he performed on stage, his albums, for some artists, they do their 2 to 3 best songs. He could literally do an album's worth of hits and didn't even have to go back to his Jackson 5 era. He could have done Off the Wall era, Thriller era. Thriller era would have been like a 2-hour show by itself. Bad era would have been a 2-hour show by itself. Dangerous era. I mean, history. He had what we call bodies of works, which the albums, they were like a catalog of just like, this is how you do it. He was a pro professional. And, his artistry is missed. His talent, his depth is missed. They didn't respect him. And for me, they've insulted him. You can't compare him to nobody else. He made albums like great movies. You're going to talk about him hundreds of years from now. His creativity, his showmanship, his talent as a writer, his talent as a visionary, vocalist, his soul. He before there was social media, internet, etc. He was the message that was placed in the bottle, and it was heard all over the world. There will never be another Michael Jackson. So this would have been his 66th birthday. I wanted to take the time to acknowledge one of the greatest artists ever, and somebody I always hold in high regard for his greatness, his genius, his depth, his magnitude. There will never be another one like him. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like. Please hit that membership, because when you do the videos you request, I get them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay strong, stay awake, stay healthy, stay clear, stay clean. And like Michael Jackson said, make that change and make it a better place. But also remember, forget about politics, because they don't care about us. Remember to have a vision and always keep striving for being the best. Respect.